So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get this going. But first, let's kind of just close our eyes, take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And for just a moment, as you're keeping your eyes closed, imagine, pretend, or visualize a thin luminous fiber that runs through all of us, that web and that network that connects all of us together. And go ahead and really, really feed into that visual of how we're so connected by light. And go ahead and take a moment and put in your questions into that light, things that you want to know in this reading today. Take a moment to just put in your personal intentions. What do you want to know? Take another breath to ground and anchor that. Good, and when you feel it, go ahead and open your eyes. Yes. So beautiful. We'll get this collective reading started, and then we'll go ahead and maybe take some questions, okay? If we have some time. We'll go in here. Witches and Bitches Summit, all the participants that are here. What do we got? Oh, we're starting with luxury. Yeah, I mean, I could see. All right. Can you see there? Luxury. And this is the Four of Cups. And collectively, this is an amazing card to begin with because it's basically connected to the element of water, which is our emotions. And if you can see with the Four of Cups here, the cups are flowing. The cups are feeling each other and feeding each other. So where are you right now that you feel that luxurious kind of feeling, meaning you feel richness, you feel wealth? And when you think about these things, think about them in an emotional level, because we're talking about the Four of Cups, right? So how are you feeling luxurious in the way that you feel? Is it towards your business? Is it towards your relationship? Is it towards your connections and your friendships? What is keeping the cups flowing and feeding each other? Let's see what we have next. Here we go. The Devil. Huh. So when we talk about the devil, right? I mean, if you can't see the phallic symbol, already, we're talking about the patriarch, okay? And the vibration of this card is a major arcana card. So when I'm talking about major arcana, we're talking about things that are in our path, in our karmic path, or in our spiritual path to teach us things, right? In our journey. And when we come to the devil, we know that we are held by chains that do not exist. These chains that maybe you have put around your neck, if you notice, there's a way to get out of them. And your sovereignty is what's asked of you, right? Because it is your sovereign choices that are going to get you to think authentically, to think for yourself, not to think the way that society thinks. So we have our cups overflowing, but we're being given a warning with the devil that sometimes people don't like when your cup is overflowing. Sometimes when you're feeling good and you're in your natural self, people will try to stifle that. People will try to maybe say that that's not the way that it is. But you know what, witches? We've got magic. And we have an opportunity to create our own reality. Okay, let's see what came next. I love this card, Art. And there's so much balance here. And it's about finding the balance between this Capricornian energy, which could be restrictive, which could be constrictive, which could feel like it is limited. And how do we make those cups overflow, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of how people are doing it? How are you doing it? And is that fulfilling you emotionally? Because balance is being asked of all of us. The middle way is being asked of all of us. What is the middle way for you? And if you don't know, it's okay. What connects you to that inner part of yourself? Creativity? Is it silence? Is it routine? Is it exercise? What helps you find that middle? All right, let's do one of the other decks just for fun. I have 3 decks with me. So let's see what this deck has to say. Okay, we have pulled the 8 of Wands. And with 8 of Wands, we're talking about alignment and progression, right? So 8 of Wands is the element of fire. And this is, in my opinion, confirming that you are in alignment. It's just about listening to yourself. You can find that balance. But are you listening to that creative passion? Are you taking risks in your life? Can you sit with your options and see what sparks joy? Because it's important to find the way through all this confusion and that intensity that Danny and I were talking about, because it's going to ramp up. We are going through a time of transformation. We are going through a time of dissolving the things that we thought were true, and we're replacing them with what we actually feel. Sometimes when we think things are true, sometimes they're inherited thoughts. Sometimes it's things that have been conditioned into your lifestyle. But we're really getting an opportunity with all of this intensity going on to really check in with our creative passion, check in with our heart. We are being asked to silence the mind. And how do we do that? By moving the body. And we're going to get to do that later, but moving in terms of maybe a little yoga, maybe a little breath work, but how are you moving that energy, clearing the way? We have picked now the Hermit. The Hermit. And when we talk about the Hermit, we're talking about silencing, contemplation, soul searching. So this is a little bit of advice that's coming through from the guides. How are we doing that? Well, let's get quiet. Can we get quiet through this intensity? Can we find that place where we can sit in stillness with ourselves and see if we can hear our inner voice instead of all the noise that is going on out there? And I challenge you, I invite you to maybe start a meditation practice. Maybe start a practice where you just sit for 5 minutes in silence, no pressure, but you just take that time for yourself, because we are really being asked to find that balance. I'm going to pull a mantra for everyone. So write this one down. I welcome clear vision and inspired action. Isn't that what we've been talking about? I welcome clear vision and inspired action. Isn't that what we're asking for? Right? And the more that we work on grounding, the clearer that our minds get. All right, so do we have any questions so far? Let's see. To go back. And I hope that this is resonating with you. All right. Yes, I think here the first question is, from Yuri, how do I catapult into the next level of success? All right, how do I catapult into the next level of success? It's for Yuri. Pleasure, the 6 of Cups. Pleasure is the way for you, Yuri, to catapult into the next level. Enjoy yourself. Take time to really suck the sweetness, the nectar of every moment in your life. Whether you're alone, whether you're together with someone, whether you're in relationship, whether you're traveling or sitting at home working, where can you find the pleasure in all the activities that you do? Because when we're talking about like Six of Cups or Four of Wands, the suit cards, these are daily cards. So what daily activities can you infuse that'll bring pleasure and joy into everything you're doing? That's going to catapult you to where you need to go, my friend. I hope that that helps. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, I love all the feedback that is going on here. Amazing. Here's one from Rebecca White. What's the name of the third card you pulled? Art. That was the name, Art. And it is in the major arcana in the Thoth deck, because all the decks differ a little bit. So this is the Thoth that I was using at first. All right, so let's see if we have any other questions, and feel free to just add your questions here if there's something personally that you need to know. And if not, then we could just keep going collectively. Oh, here we go from Melissa Fernandez. When do you know it's the right time to move in the direction? How is it supposed to feel? Great question. All right, let's see from Melissa. How does she know she's going in the right direction? What do we need her to feel? Oh, there we go. Huh. Interesting. The Five of Swords. Defeat. Isn't that a trickster energy for you? So what I'm getting from this, Melissa, is that allow yourself to fail. Like, enough with the standards. Allow yourself to fall on your face and feel defeated. You don't got to keep it together for everybody. Okay? You need to keep it together for you. Okay? So defeat in the most beautiful, delicious way. And really, I'm being called that meditation advice to bring it back to you. Find a practice of stillness. Find a practice of meditation. It's time to slow everything down and listen. And the only way you're going to be able to listen is if you kill the noise. So silence, silence. Okay? All right, let's see. Oof, that was intense. Ruin is the road to transformation. Marcella, I love that. Love that, love that. And I'm feeling that. All right, let's see. Solange, how can I focus my energy on creative projects? Okay, for Solange, how can she focus? Kill the distraction. Too much interference going on. We're talking about the Eight of Swords interference. So you need more focus, and you need to really stop with the distractions. Who's causing you distractions? What's causing you distractions? Is it yourself? Is it your mind? Are you not slowing down enough to really bring in focus? Are you like focusing on too many things and then spreading yourself too thin? I feel here like your guides are asking you to have a little bit of tunnel vision into exactly what you want to accomplish in a short time. Again, let me remind you, the minor arcana, the ones that are suits like Eight of Swords, it's about daily activities that are going to get you to the goal that you want. So kill the interference, kill the distraction. Oh, we're being asked to really silence here as a collective. Are you guys feeling that the way that I'm feeling that? Because I am feeling it. All right, so let's see. Okay, no more questions so far. So I'm going to keep pulling cards for all of us. We're switching back to this card has been staring at me, so I'm going to pull it. And it is the Two of Swords. Peace. So is there a decision collectively that we may be focusing on? Is there a crossroads that if we finally make that decision, if we finally take that mental process away from our daily lives, is it going to bring a little bit of peace? Are we collectively in a decision of either doing this or doing that, or having that conversation or not having that conversation, or ending that relationship or not ending that relationship? Where are we at? Because collectively, I think this group that's present here is at a crossroads, and it doesn't necessarily have to be personal. It could be a business crossroads or a decision about partnering with or collaborating with others. So where are you at with that? Let's see, I think I have a little bit more. Okay, I'm just checking if you guys are putting any questions. I have about maybe 7 more minutes, 8 more minutes. So get in your personal questions. But collectively, we are making important decisions, and we cannot let our emotions get in the way. So here we're talking about more 8s. Wow, I feel like a lot of 8s have come out in the last few minutes. And when we're talking about the 8 of Cups, we're talking about energy that is not emotionally filling all your cups. And this is why that decision needs to be made, because it is taking away from your power. You are leaking power. If you can see in this card, not all the cups are being filled. Maybe 2 of them are filling, another 2, maybe out half of them are being filled. So where is it that you're being half fulfilled? What's going on there? Gabby says, moving from the story of separation to a story of unity. I love that. How do we unite as witches? Yes. Let's pull from this deck. How do we unite as witches? The Fool. What a great card. What a great card. And I love, I don't know if you could see how it's depicted here, but she has a veil over her head as she's walking forward, holding 2 things in her hand, balancing 2 things in her hand. And we're talking about optimism and freedom. So the way that we unite witches is by setting ourselves free, finally jumping off the cliff of whatever is calling you, with full trust that the universe has your back, that your intentions are valid, they're real. And if you're having these feelings, they need to be looked at, and you trust. You move forward, you jump off the cliff, and you trust. I love this answer for that, Gabby, because really that's all it takes. It's our intuition. Sometimes people will call you crazy for doing the things that you're doing, but your intuition is telling you you need to move forward in that direction. So what do you need to do? Move like the Fool. Place something over your head and just move forward. All right, let's see. Yes, the universe always has our back, Yuri, always. And really, sometimes we can't see it. And it takes that blind faith and that blind trust that all of us just need to find. And if we don't have it, where is your meter at? Is it at a 2? Is it at a 5? And can we all commit to maybe raising that up 3 or 4 points by the end of the year? Can we find places where we're not trusting the universe? All right, let's see. Moving like fire towards the things that we want. Here is the Prince of Wands that is reminding us to move forward with that creative passion, with that heart, and even with a little bit of immaturity, because the Prince is the energy of children. It's like being groomed to be the king. So you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall on your face. You're going to have to maybe take 2 steps back to maybe take 5 steps forward. And maybe sometimes we need to be a little bit reckless. I'm not saying to throw responsibility out the window, but where can you be a little bit more reckless, a little bit more fearless, right? Where can we take more chances? All right, witches, we have 5 minutes. So get in those questions. If you need a card pull. Oh my God, here's the Fool again in the other deck. You really can't make this up. This is amazing. I love it. Be the Fool, witches. Be the Fool. your guides, our guides are like, hey, say that again, because I don't think they heard that. Say that one more time. And the spirit of the fool is so much fun. Be adventurous in your life. Have a good time. You know, take risks. This is the strength card in some of the decks, but here it's the lust card, and it's that energy of divine alchemy, of really, really like moving inward to find what brings us pleasure in life. How do we take hold of the nectar? And I love this depiction because she is really in lust and in pleasure with who she is, with her intimacy, with her sexuality, with her sensuality. And what a perfect card to follow the Fool, because I'm really feeling that telling us that it is through play and pleasure that we're finding the way, that we're finding new ways of doing business, that we're finding new ways of having relationships, that we're finding new ways of networking with friends. The world is changing, and we need to find what gives us that zest for life, right? That makes it so fun to live. All right, so we have 3 more minutes. I am going to pull the last card. I'm going to pull a mantra for everybody. All right, last card. Thank you. This has been so much fun. All right, mantra for the collective. Did you not see the other card? Oh my God, the lion is really making an appearance, everyone. Wow. And this mantra is, I am courageous, steady, and strong. I am courageous, steady, and strong. Take that in. Take a nice deep collective breath and ground that. And with that, I'm going to go let the next speaker come in. And thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Michelle next. And I hope that this collective reading opens the channel to hear all the abundance that she has to share with you. Thank you so much.
You are so amazing. Oh my gosh. I was like going nuts in the chat. I'm just like, holy crap, she's hitting all my favorite tarot cards. And listen, if I can like, just like everything that I took away today is like, be bold, be courageous, take chances, like as if you've never been hurt, as if you have nothing to be afraid of, because you don't. Ah! Marlene, thank you so much. If you guys saw in the chat, the best way to find Marlene is at Marlene Menendez, yes?
Yes.
Let's see.
Well,
on Instagram.
Instagram is at the Modern Mystic.
And at the Modern Mystique on Instagram. Yes. Definitely go ahead and hit her a follow. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next session, which is about that money, baby. Yes. And if we all know, Venus is moving into Capricorn soon, so, which is actually my Venus. And yeah, yes, baby, yes. Price is going up. Latinas getting what they deserve, women getting what they deserve, and I'm all here for it. All right. Thank you so much, Marlene, and we'll see you in the next session.
Thank you, Danny. Bye, everyone.